Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and trying out of the Juvia Place Mauves palette. So this is a brand that I've wanted to try for the longest time and is now available in the UK in Superdrug. So I'm going to swatch all of the shades and then show you how to create this look here that I've done, and then give you my final overall first impressions and thoughts about the Juvia Place Mauves palette. So that of course is another little look at the palette, and there are all 6 shades in there. So this one and this one are just pure matte shades. This one is a matte but has got a really nice little glitter shift in it. This one is just some outstandingly amazing glittery shade, but it's not like a pressed glitter because I know a lot of people don't like those. And this one here is a really gorgeous buttery shimmer. So I will just show you them swatched. So here are the shades swatched. These 3 of course are the top row and these 3 of course are the second row, and I think you see what I mean about that one there. It's got a really gorgeous pinky greeny shift in it and nice variety here of matte shades. I think that the first and the third shade look quite similar in the actual palette, but swatched you will notice that this third shade here is much darker and a much deeper purple than the first shade here. Loving this pink, loving this more dusty pink colour here, and of course loving this buttery pink shimmer. So overall really loving this colour story. And now I've shown you all 6 shades swatched, I'm going to show you how to create this look using the Juvia Place Mauves palette. So this of course is the palette. This is the Mauves by Juvia Place, and you would have seen what it looks like inside already, but there it is again. So for this look and trying out this palette for the first time, I think the first shade I'm going to use is this one here. It's quite a deep shade by the looks of it, but looks really pretty. So I've opted for quite a small brush so I can do like a nice little bit on the outside of my eye. And yeah, really excited to try out these shades, try out this palette. First time ever trying out anything from Juvia's Place. So yes, all in all, very excited. So it looks like it's going onto my brush really easily. You can see a little bit there. It's like coated it really nicely just with a couple of taps in there. And wow, that is a really pretty shade, and I just want to get this, like I said, all on the outer part of my eye and kind of like just above my crease. So I think this is probably going to look a bit messy before it looks good, but that is okay. Really do love the tones in this palette actually. It's a really nice mix of like some softer tones and some deeper tones. I'd say this one is, it's almost like a mulberry kind of shade, and it's definitely very pigmented, which is obviously a massive bonus. I think I quite like that placement. I'm just going to get this little outer part here just buffed out a bit. Really liking that, and I'm going to get my other eye done. And there is that first shade laid down on both eyes, and I still can't believe how pigmented that first shade was. It's a really pretty shade. So I think the next shade that I'm going to use for this look is going to be this one here, and I'm just going to get that pretty much laid down on my lid and then just blend it up into the first shade. This shade also looks really pretty, and I just thought it was quite a good complementary shade to this one that I've laid down already. So I'm going to grab a different brush and just pop that down. Again, it looks really pretty on the brush. A really good amount has gone on, so let's see. Oh, okay, so it's almost like quite a dusty pink purpley shade. It is so pretty though. Again, it is really pigmented, and I think it's just complementing that first shade really nicely. And I just want to get this as I said, blended into that first shade, and then mainly just on the outer part of my lid, I think, because I'm probably going to go in for one of those shimmers on the inner corner. So I'm absolutely loving that second shade as well, and I think it's just softened up the whole look so far. And then for the inner corner, I've decided before I do go in with one of the shimmers, I'm going to pop down a little bit of this shade here. So this is a much brighter pink than the other one I've just used, and I thought this would be quite a nice undertone before I pop this really sparkly shade on top. So let's see how this one goes. I can see with this shade there is ever such a slight sparkly shift in it. I don't know whether the camera's going to pick it up all too well, but it's another really gorgeous looking shade. And just going to pop this on the inner part of my eye. Oh yeah, so a much pinker toned shade than the two previous. I really like that though. That's really, really pretty. I think that looks really lovely. So I'm going to go ahead and get my other eye done. So lastly, for the top part of my eye, I'm going to use this shade here, and you would have seen from the swatches just how glittery and sparkly this shade is. And I'm not going to use a brush, I'm just going to go straight in with applying this shade with my finger. You can see there that really just stunning metallic shift. It's almost like a galaxy of shimmer. I think it's so gorgeous. And I'm just going to pop that right on the inner part of my eye just to give a little bit of sparkle. I think it's almost got like a bit of a green shift in it. I don't know how they do it, but it's so gorgeous. I think I am happy with how that's looking on that eye, so I'll get my other eye done. And I've got that gorgeous glitter down, so it has got a really stunning pink green shift, and I just think looks absolutely gorgeous with those other matte shades. So all that's left to do, obviously now eyeshadow wise, is just to do the under part of my eye. And I'm going to start on the outer corner, and I'm going to use that first shade that I used here just to keep the outer part of my eye looking a bit darker than the kind of inner part of my eye. So back in with that same brush, and I think I'm going to bring this probably about halfway across my under eye. Think about that far. So I will do the same for this eye. I do want the under part to still look quite soft and in keeping with the rest of the look. And then lastly, just on the inner parts of my eye, I'm going to use this shade here just to finish the look off. It's just so easy to blend these shades. So I'm just going to bring that obviously across to where I've got that other shade on the outer part. Wow, okay, and that is the eyeshadow all done. And I think my favourite shade has definitely been that sparkly one that I used on the inner part of my top lid. But of course I need to get the whole look finished off, and eyeliner wise I'm just going to be using an eyeliner pencil in my waterline because I don't want to take away from that lovely glitter, although I do think a black liquid liner probably would look quite nice with this. But anyway, I'm just using this black kohl eyeliner pencil from Primark just in my waterline just to finish off that part of the look. And then for my mascara, I'm going to use this Act Natural Defining Mascara from Colourpop. This is just a black mascara. And now just lastly for my lipstick, I thought just in keeping with this pinky purpley look, I would go for a similar looking lip shade. And this is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Scorpio. And there is my completed look. So I will just give you a close-up of the eyeshadow so you can see that in a bit more detail. And I really love all these mauvey, pinky, purpley shades, and I really do think that the lip colour just pulls it all together. It's definitely, yeah, been a really lovely palette to work with. So now that I've done the look and you've seen the swatches, I'm just going to give my kind of final overall first impressions of the palette and how I think I got on with it. So I have to say, first of all, I was super excited to see Juvia's Place stocked in Superdrug, not only online but in store, and of course I was super excited and grateful to receive the Mauves palette for Christmas. So first of all, the packaging, I think it's very simple, but I think that's what makes it so eye-catching. I like that the writing here is embossed. I really like the picture on the front. I think it's, again, very striking. And then opening it up, we've got the same image just on the inside of the palette. And then, of course, the 6 really gorgeous shades. So they are really good size pans. Definitely good value for money, I think, in my opinion. And I like the range of tones in this Mauves palette. We've got a really nice shimmer. We've got this kind of shimmery, glittery, you know, galaxy shift going on in this shade. I think that's definitely my favourite shade out of all 6. But I have to say that they are all so pigmented. They're really easy to work with, very buildable, very blendable. I didn't find that the mattes were chalky. There was, I think, literally no fallout whatsoever that I really noticed. So again, that's a really good plus point for me, because I don't feel like then I'm wasting any of the product. And I really did love that sparkly, glittery shade that I used on my top lid just at the end. I think that's really pulled it all together and just added something extra to what otherwise could have been probably quite a regular pinky purpley matte look. I think that that shade was really just easy to work with, and I didn't try it with a brush. I did just go straight in with my finger, and that seemed to just work really well for me. So I definitely am very excited to hopefully try out some more palettes from Juvia's Place, and I'm really happy that I've got to try out this one and obviously own this one, because it's a brand that I've wanted to try for the longest time. So yes, very happy that Superdrug now stock this. They may have done for a while, I've just not noticed, but there we go. Really have had a fantastic time with this palette. So if you own anything from Juvia's, or you've got a favourite palette or product of theirs, I'd really love to know. So definitely let me know in the comments below. But as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give the video a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in my next video.